Okay.
Oh, good
Hello.
evening. We are students from UOW College, Hong Kong. We are conducting research about how Southeast Asians living in Hong Kong preface their identity and the impact factors. We would like to ask you a few questions that will be divided into three sections. The interview will last between 10 to 15 minutes. The interview will be used for academic purposes. The video will be uploaded on YouTube and will be set in private mode. Thanks for your time to speak with us today. Do you have any questions before we get started?
No,
No.
Oh,
Okay.
and, for the second one, and how are you?
I'm 19 years old.
Okay.
Right.
And question is, what is your education levels?
I'm a secondary graduate
Okay. And the
in
next
Hong
is,
Kong,
okay.
and now
And
I'm studying in college, university. Yeah.
Okay.
the next question is, in which district do you live?
I live in Yuen Long District. Why?
Okay. And the next question is, how long have you been living in Hong Kong?
I have been living in Hong Kong for about 10 years.
10 years. Okay. And the next question is, are your parents from Hong Kong?
No, my parents are from Pakistan.
Okay. And the next question is, do you have the Hong Kong ID card?
Yes, I do. I finally got it like about
Oh,
5 years ago. Finally.
okay.
Can I ask, is that a permanent one or just Hong Kong resident?
Oh, no, just a Hong Kong resident. It's not a
Okay.
permanent one.
It's
Okay.
not the
Okay. For the next question is, where is your birthplace?
My birthplace is in Pakistan, in a small city in Pakistan.
Okay. And the last question is, how are your parents and Cantonese skills and scale 0 to 7, and 7 is very well and 0 is a no.
My my mother is 0,
Oh, okay.
and my father is like a 4 or 5
4,
because he
5.
worked in maybe
Oh,
4 or 5, maybe because he worked in Hong Kong. So
okay. Thank you. And let's for the
So, the section two is about your self-identity. So, the first question is, to what extent do you accept the identity of Hong Konger? Scale 1 to 5. Scale 1 is strongly rejected. 5 is strongly accepted.
I think number 4.
Number 4. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what factors makes you accept the identity of Hong Kong?
I think because I came here and at around the age of 5, so I studied primary, secondary. Some of my friends were Chinese, so mostly my friends, people around me, it made me accept my identity, either Hong Kong or even more. So that's the main reason, the main factor. And also the culture was also a major factor.
Okay. So, what do you think of your identities for now?
To be honest, I haven't been to Pakistan ever since I came back. So I think my identity, and I've lived in Hong Kong more than I've lived in Pakistan. So my identity is more of Hong Kong than Pakistan. So like I personally think I'm more of a Hong Kong.
Yeah. So, what identities do you want others to think of you and why?
I like people to think of me as a Hong Konger because like I also want to be a part of Hong Kong. Like I feel like a lot of people look at me and they're like, oh, I don't want to approach and talk to him because I don't think he knows the language. I don't think he looks like one of us. I don't think he will blend in. So I think Hong Konger, like I think of myself as a Hong Kong. Yeah.
Okay. Mainly because your appearance, not our. I mean,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
race and the skin color, right?
Yeah.
So, have
Yeah.
you
But
ever felt? Yeah. You first. Sorry.
oh no, you go.
Okay. Have you ever felt confused when choosing your identity?
Not really, because most of the people, like my friend, the Chinese friends, they're very nice and they never make me feel like different. So not really.
Yeah.
Actually, one was actually never mind. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. So, do you feel any difficulties in learning Cantonese? If yes, what is the problem?
To be honest, in my 10 years here, I learned how to speak Cantonese, but the most difficult part is writing and reading. It's very difficult because I feel like from a young age you need to concentrate and you need to have your parents teaching you, and I did not have that. So that was the main problem, that I did not have my, my parents teaching me like how to read the words from the beginning, the characters. So that's the main difficulty. Otherwise, listening and reading is not a problem, but just writing and, that's the major problem.
Okay. So, before asking the second questions, how many language do you speak?
Um, 1, 2, 3. I think about four. Four,
Four.
yeah.
So, which language would you prefer to use in your daily life?
I think this this has to be English, obviously, because even like what are the only mainly teach like here, and also the TV shows English. Everything is English nowadays, so that's obviously my preferred language.
Okay. So, English is your preferred language to use in daily life.
Yes.
Okay. So, we move on to the section 3, further questions. Um, do, did you met any problem with your new identity of your daily life?
Yes, like at first when we moved here, like my father told me he could not find a job because some of them did not accept many immigrants. So that was the main difficulty at the beginning. And now after we got the ID, it's more easier, you know. But it's still some problem, but it's not that serious.
Mainly is because your nationality or the identities that affects you the most, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how can the local people help you to establish your identities of the Hong Kongers?
I feel like they shouldn't be very shy to approach. Like they can be really easy. Like they should be easy to approach. They should be really approachable, and they shouldn't be scared. You know, like I feel like some people, like some locals, are scared to approach and talk and start a conversation. But sometimes even we want to talk, like we want, so that could be very helpful in
So, it
establishing our
means
identity.
that as a Chinese, they will avoid you the most if they can.
Yeah, some only, not all, but then, yeah.
Okay. Is that because of the language or your race?
I think it's because of the language mainly. They think I
Okay.
don't understand,
Okay.
but I actually do. So yeah.
So, what's the major difference before and after immigrate into Hong Kong? If yes, how you how are you?
The major difference is mainly the culture. And when I was there, it was all different. It was like the mainly the gender equality. It was all different, like rights, freedom of speech and stuff. It was all different, and like it's more easier in Hong Kong. Like it's everything is a lot more easier. Like apart from the the recent protests and but then everything else is a bit more easier in Hong Kong. Like it's more easy, convenient, and I'm adapting really well. I actually like it better here. I'm pretty glad I moved here, so
Okay.
I'm really happy.
Mm, okay. What makes you want to change your nationality?
I think um, the main reason is like it's easier to get a job, a good job. Like
Okay.
I want to be a doctor, and I'm thinking if my my current nationality will affect the process. So like I'm really curious. So I'd rather have a Hong Kong nationality, So and plus it's easier to get like you don't need any visa to enter countries with the Hong Kong nationality. So and I like traveling, so it'll be more
Okay.
easier.
Okay. So, if it's legal, would you like to have a double nationality? Like you can keep your Pakistani passport as well as the Hong Kong passport. Will you do that? Why and why not?
Mm, yes, I think I would do that. Yeah, yes, I would do that, and yeah, because I also want to keep my identity for where I came from. Like I want to be proud of where I came from, not just to switch to the current nationality. Like I'm happy. I'll be happy with the Hong Kong one, but then I also want a remembrance, like uh, a memory of where I came from. So I would love to have a double nationality.
Okay. So in some way, have you ever feel like you can make your origin country proud in some way?
Excuse me, what?
That's it. Never mind. Let's move on to the next question. Do you think your contribution to Hong Kong can change our perspective on Southeast Asia in Hong Kong?
Yeah, I feel like that. Like I'm currently like running and stuff. So I feel like I'm currently an athlete. So like I feel like that'll change. I'm making new friends, and that'll change a lot of the perception of Hong Kongers on Southeast Asian, because I feel like Southeast Asian, many of them made I won't say bad reputation, but some of them made a really bad reputation of Southeast Asian, and what I feel like it's not like that. Like I want to change the perception by doing good and making my race proud. So yeah.
Okay. So I guess this is the end of our interview, and thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.